exercise, and could you tell us essentially what was the outcome of this afternoon's meeting?
The chairman, as I said early on, this meeting was convened or reconvened for the chairman to give a ruling. And her ruling simply is that she will instruct the CEO to declare a declaration.
Based on? Based on what?
Based on tabulated account.
That is the recount as
Tabulated.
by
Based
through
on the data
recount process.
Yes.
And how do you view this?
Well, I'm not in agreement, but that's the fact of the matter.
Could you pronounce on the CEO's report, the observation report?
In a sense, what she said is that there is merit in what's in the report, but that notwithstanding the merit, it's a matter for petition rather than for the commission to rule on. That's in essence what she said.
What would you suggest be the next course of action?
I'm a commissioner, and therefore for me as a commissioner, there is no next course of action.
What happens now? Would she now have to make her findings?
The CEO now has to proceed.
Yeah, she has to.
Huh? The CEO now has to be written to by her, the specific instructions, and based on those specific instructions, he will then prepare the final report for the commission.
When is that likely?
No time frame has been articulated.
Okay.
My understanding of the original order is that as of today, you would have 3 days.
When we spoke earlier, you had set out some of the issues that you had as a commissioner.
Yes.
with the irregularities. Do you think now that this decision has been made, that the commission should still investigate some of what you've
No,
highlighted?
I think the commission has a lot of work to do beyond today that is unrelated to the decision, that's related to the operation of the commission. I do feel so.
What is significant is that the chairman has acknowledged that the issues raised are significant. I think it was her disposition that rather than the commission pronounce on those issues, that those issues should be taken to form the basis for an election petition rather than the commission making a pronouncement on them. That appeared to be, from what she indicated, to be her disposition. She did indicate that she will shortly reduce her comments to a document, which I'm sure will clarify all of those matters. And in addition, she will be writing the CEO, which will also clarify what are the numbers that he is supposed to be using that will form part of the declaration that will eventually be made.
You say what are the numbers, and in the CEO's report, he separated what he considered to be votes affected by what anomalies and irregularities.
During
Credible votes.
that is one of the issues that was raised. Certainly, I did to ask for clarity, but there was another intervention that requested her to reduce it in writing. To the extent that she is going to put that in writing, there was no need for further clarity because we will know that whatever she meant will now be documented for action, so that there was no need during the session to seek further clarity on that particular question, because the data, as the order requires, it requires the data. It doesn't, and we have all the data, which, as you recognize, has all the information because that data is public. So when it is documented, we will then know specifically what the CEO will be using.
But when you say the tabulated data, doesn't it logically follow that is the data coming
out of the recount?
If you saw, we were discussing all the data, and as was pointed out by the other reporter, the data that is before you has more than one tabulation. While you may refer to the one where there are votes, there were other votes where the CEO drew a distinction between votes and valid votes. And he made some comments about that. So it will, like I said, it is no need to clarify because she will specify what is to be used. And we don't need to
We are left in a further quandary.
No. What
the initial impression?
No,
that it's a
but I'm telling you that she will be writing, and so at this point, no debate among us is going to give further clarity to that. Whatever comes out there, it could be interpreted in more than one, but there will be no ambiguity because she'll be shortly writing, and that will be reduced to writing.
Can I press you a bit more, Mr. Corbin? Do you expect that in her letter or in the CEO's report that it will amount to a reduction in the number of valid votes based on his observation report? Is that your expectation?
It is my expectation that however the chairman has ruled and what she considers at the time will be made very clear when she reduces it to writing.
So you yourself aren't sure?
I'm saying that it will come out very clear, and I pointed out earlier that there was a question of clarity that was sought, but the fact that she was going to reach it to put it in writing, there was no need because it's going to be put in writing.
So we're still left in a quandary with exactly what is happening. What essentially is going on?
Well, I don't think there's need for quandary. We are going through a process. And my understanding is that once he gives us the instruction in writing, it will be unambiguous. So I prefer not to go beyond that.
Has the CEO been given a timeline?
Not to my knowledge. As I said earlier, in the order, it specified the 3 days after today's meeting. That's my understanding. So it could be earlier, but not more than.
Do you feel disappointed at all of your efforts to have a process of which you are satisfied with has gone to naught?
Well, I wouldn't say it has gone to naught, but certainly I'm disappointed in the ruling. I think there has been recognition, even as she ruled the way in which she ruled, that there is a lot wrong with what happened in the process. The difference is that she seems to think this is not a matter that we can determine, it's a matter that the court has to determine.
But did you know this before?
You have to ask her that.
No, I mean when you were lobbying, did you know that the court was
Did
always...
you know?
You yourself...
It was always the argument. I am of the firm conviction that when one reads Article 163, Article 163 does not preclude GECOM from determining the matter. That's my view.
And further, the Article 162, which we used to clothe ourselves with the authority for this process. When we clothe ourselves with under Article 162, that provided us with the authority to do what we needed to do to ensure the result which we set out to get, which was to ensure that any results that come out are credible. We have presented all the arguments validly to indicate that. It didn't, from the nature of the ruling, it did not come down to whether or not that was so. It appeared to come down to who had the jurisdiction. And in the ruling, what was pointed out is that her view was that that should be handled by a petition in the court.
But I would like to add something to all of them.
Mr. Trotman, could you please step to the mic? It would be useful.
I would like to add something to all of them you said before. Because I had said in previous times that this exercise wasn't only about counting numbers, but it's also about ascertaining the credibility of the elections. For me, that's important because it will determine to a large extent what is going to happen to the country in the immediate period ahead. I would hope, I'm deeply disappointed by the decision and actually indicate to the chair that while it is I have a lot of respect for her, I'm not in agreement with this decision that she has made. Because I believe from my vantage point, that the country needed a decision that will allow it to move forward in peace and harmony. I believe the decision made today is not going to allow that to happen. And I would just hope that in spite of the reservations that I have, that, peace will prevail. That's my
Mr. Trotman, is there precedence for GECOM and not the court making a determination on the credibility of elections?
We identified precedents from other jurisdictions.
But nothing else.
Nothing.
the law is different in the other jurisdictions? Most
It's all common law. The other jurisdictions are within the common law system, the Commonwealth.
Thank you very much.